making waffles at least twice a week for quite a few weeks now, and I've only gone slightly mad. Hi everyone, it's Tasha and welcome to another recipe video. And today we are perfecting the crispest on the outside, fluffiest and softest on the inside waffle. A friend of mine bequeathed to me her waffle maker because she wasn't using it very much, and I really wanted a waffle maker. And since I've had this waffle maker, I cannot stop using it. I am obsessed, and I don't mean this lightly, obsessed with waffles at the moment. My thing always used to be pancakes. My fluffiest American style pancakes ever short has gone semi-viral. I'll pop a link up there now. If you want a slightly longer, more detailed recipe on how I make my fluffiest ever American style pancakes, then I'll pop the link up there too, because I did a video for that too. Anyway, so I was always known for my pancakes. I used to make them weekly. I still make them quite often actually. I love me some pancakes. Until I got my waffle iron. Now it's all about the waffles. Now I'm very particular about Belgian style waffles. Ever since I visited Brussels quite a few years ago now, I went to a place called Maison d'Andoy, and sorry about the pronunciation, where they had the lightest, airiest waffles ever. I'm pretty sure they use a yeast batter for that. For this one we're not using any yeast, it's a bit simpler. And they were heavenly, so crisp and airy with a little bit of chew and softness on the inside. Ever since then I've been consumed with the idea of recreating these. And although Maison d'Andoy's waffles are rectangular shaped, my waffle iron is round. And that's not a problem at all as long as we get the batter correct. And getting the batter correct is what I've been doing for the last few weeks. Waffles and waffles and waffles until I was happy with it. And you know what? I still love waffles, so I think I came out a winner there. This is a one bowl recipe too, so it's going to be really easy, minimal wash up, which is my favourite thing. And the secret, not so secret, ingredient to making the crispest waffles ever is corn flour. There's no gluten in corn flour, it's very light and airy, so we have plenty of wheat flour in it as well to give it that chew, to make it bind together and give it a fluffy bite. But the corn flour, since it doesn't have any gluten in it, it's almost pure starch, is going to make sure it's not too tough and chewy and make sure the outside crisps up. I'm going to show you how to make it in my waffle maker specifically. Timings might vary if you have a different type of waffle maker, but I'll do my best to describe exactly how I do it in mine. And once we've made it, we're going to top it with some yogurt, well, technically skyr, because it was on sale and I love a good sale, and some berries and maple syrup and maybe some edible flowers from my balcony garden. Not quite a garden, the balcony's like this long, so I can only fit a few things on it, but I can grow a few tasty things. So with all that said, let's go to the kitchen and see how it's done. First, let's mix the dry ingredients. Here I have 130 grams of plain flour, and I'm going to add 30 grams of corn flour, and this is what's going to give it those light, airy textures. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoonfuls of caster sugar, a teaspoonful of baking powder, and a good pinch of salt. I'm going to give this a quick stir together. Now I'm going to crack in 1 egg into the centre. Okay, that was kind of the centre. That was nowhere near the centre. I'm just going to start to mash that into the actual centre. And now I'm going to add 80 grams of unsalted butter, which I've melted and cooled. We don't want it hot because we don't want to scramble the egg. Give it a little jiggle. Add a whole teaspoonful of vanilla extract. We are not messing around with the vanilla here. Let's start to give that a stir. And now we're going to gradually add in 230 millilitres of milk. So we're going to gradually add it in, stir, add in, stir, and this will prevent lumps. And this is it. This is our nice thin light waffle batter. As you can see, I made this directly in a nice big pouring jug, and this is going to make pouring it into the waffle machine easier. You can mix it in a bowl and then put it in a jug, but if you are doing what I am doing and doing it all in the jug, then do make sure you get into the corners at the bottom, because we don't want any lumps of flour hanging around here. And also we need that all mixed into the mixture. Right, now I'm going to set this aside and maybe just to rest for 2 to 5 minutes. You don't have to rest it, but I find that helps the flour to relax a bit. And in those 2 minutes, I'm going to clean up that milk mark there, and I'm going to go fetch the waffle iron. Now this is my waffle maker. I inherited it from a friend very gratefully. It's a Sage. If you're watching this in the US, this will be a Breville, Sage and Breville I think is pretty much the exact same brand, or at least they make things in the same factory. Sage is just what Breville was rebranded to in the UK for some reason. I have no idea why. Anyway, this will be the Sage or the Breville No Mess waffle maker. Let me just give you a view of the front. This is what the front looks like. And I'm specifically telling you this because cooking time is going to vary from waffle maker to waffle maker. This is a round one, obviously. You get square ones, you get mini ones. This is just a regular sized one. So I'm not going to give you the cooking time in minutes, I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to set this particular waffle iron to number 3. And it's got 6 modes, like 6 is the crispiest and brownest and 1 is, in my opinion, the soggiest. I like mine crisp on the outside but still a little bit fluffy and soft on the inside, and I think number 3 is perfect. But if you have a different waffle maker, do experiment a bit with how soft, how crisp you like them. So as with any waffle maker, I'm going to switch it on and I need to let it preheat. And this one's very handy because it will beep at me and the ready light on the front will come on when it's ready. So I'm going to wait until then. Probably won't catch that on camera because I want to save battery, so let's pause until it's ready. But it is going to start to smoke. Oh, and this one, because it's non-stick, I do not have to oil it. I've actually tried it a few times with and without oil. Makes no difference. Again, if you've got a different waffle maker, do use a little bit of oil if it's a bit sticky. I cannot believe I managed to catch that on video. Anyway, let's get cooking. Careful, it's hot, do not touch. Now this batter makes about 4 waffles. Let's start with the first one. Careful not to overfill it. That'll do. Carefully close it. And this one will spill out a bit, but what I like about this machine is it's got a non-stick valley that catches the drips. And now we just have to let this cook, and again it's going to beep itself. I'm not going to bother trying to catch that again on camera because that took some waiting time, so we're just going to let it do its thing, and when it beeps I will come back. Ah, I caught it. Okay, this is done. Let's lift and reveal. Beautiful. And I just like to use a pair of chopsticks just to lift these out. I've seen people use skewers, that works too. There's a little divot here, and you can see I've got a cooling rack that I'm just going to leave this on, and so it doesn't go too dry but also retains its crispness. Oh, I couldn't speak for a minute. I'm just going to put some kitchen paper over the top. Right, let's do this over and over again, well, another 3 times until we've used up all our batter. Don't forget to switch this off, by the way. Now let's just serve these while they're still hot. I'm going to serve them with some yogurt, maybe some skyr and some berries, and of course some maple syrup. And actually I'm going to pop into my balcony garden and grab some edible flowers, so let's do that. So I've got some geraniums here, some violas and some more violas, and these are all edible, so I'm going to pick some. Probably off camera I need 2 hands because woo, it is windy today. Oh my goodness, look at how, well, for one, look at how thick that thing is, and also how pretty. Most of that is from my own decorations, my flowers and stuff, but the waffle itself is looking good. Look at how golden it is, and listen to this. Crisp. Now, as you can see, I cut off those overflow bits. They were delicious, by the way. Of course I ate them. I've seen a lot of Korean street food videos actually where they chop off the edges to look aesthetic. If I'm just making this for myself or Mr. Tashcakes every day, I don't bother, I just leave the crispy bits on. But since this is for the internet, presented for you beautifully, I snipped them off and, of course, eaten them because they are delicious. Do not eat them. Right, I think this bad boy needs some maple syrup. Look at the girth on these. Girth is maybe a weird word for that, but yes, thick. If you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing me make a lot of waffles in the last few weeks. Before I went to China as well, I was experimenting so much and I revisited it when I came back, so I got the recipe perfect. So if you have subscribed to me from Instagram and you are also one of the people that requested my recipe. I hope that this satisfies. Certainly does me. Right, I'm going to find... Where's that bit that I cut off? Ah, here it is. Cheers. You know what? That bit was soaking in maple syrup. Let's get a crispy bit. Ooh. There we go. You can see those little air holes in the waffle itself that make it so light and crisp. Okay, this is it. I don't have to experiment anymore. This is going to be my go-to recipe whenever I make waffles. At least this type of waffle. So there you go. Crisp, fluffy Belgian-style waffles. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe video, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full written recipe on my blog tashcakes.com, follow me on Instagram, I'm tashcakes.tastes, and find me on TikTok too. I'm tashcakes there too, but my handle is food in slow motion. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Give this video a like if you'd like to help other people find it. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I will see you all next time. Be good, be nice, and have a good week. My eyelid's twitching. Maybe I've gone madder than I thought on waffles.